Hello, welcome to my channel. I share tips on frugal living, saving money, working for yourself, and basically living the life of your dreams on your own terms. In today's video, I'm doing a check-in and I'm going to share some tips. Today is 10 weeks since I had brain surgery. I'm doing really well. I'm back to work. I'm not working as much as I did before my surgery, but I am back to work. And I'm on a dog walk right now. That's what I do. I do pet care full time, and I make YouTube videos for fun. And I'm happy. I will be 60 this year. I'll turn 60 in July. I'm single. I've been single for a long time. And my life is really good. My first tip on being happy and being single is to do work that you love. I was in a job that I hated for over 20 years. I started my own business in 2017, and I've never been happier. I love what I do. I love working with animals and clients directly and not having anybody micromanage me, but I love what I do, and I loved being in charge of my day and my schedule and my rates and who I work for and who I don't. And I think that's a big part of my happiness. I can work as little or as much as I want. I can take weekends off when I want to. And that makes a big difference in my quality of life. You may be wondering how I got to this point. I could not have just quit my finance manager job at the car dealership that I used to work at and gone straight to pet care. There was a transition period. Part of that transition period was reducing my debt. When I worked for the car dealerships, I had a lot of debt. I had car payments, I had credit cards, I had loans. I was in a house that was too expensive really for one person. I took trips. I bought a lot of clothes and shoes and bags. I wasted a lot of money. I don't do that anymore. I live very easy and simple. My budget is very basic. I do most of my food I eat at home. I cook a lot. I don't buy new furniture. I don't really buy a lot of clothes anymore. I wear the same stuff for a long time. In dog walking, I don't need fancy clothes or shoes. I do invest in good, comfortable shoes, but that's about it. I've noticed the happier I get, the less I need stuff. And so living a more minimal lifestyle and paying cash for things has earned me my freedom. I do greatly value my social connections. I have some fantastic friends, some amazing neighbors, and in general, and fantastic customers too, of course. But I have so many people that proved to me through their actions when I was ill and when I was recovering from my surgery how loved I was. I could feel it. I saw it. They showed it to me with the way that they cared for me. I just have a new appreciation for the people in my life after being so ill. I may not have immediate family around me. I was anything but alone after my surgery. I had neighbors coming in and walking my dogs and taking out my trash. I had a good friend that stayed with me for a couple of weeks. I've had other people check on me every day. And I live in an area where all my neighbors say hello to each other. We all know each other. We all look out for each other. And you just can't even put a price tag on that. But I do attribute a lot of my happiness to the location where I live and the people that are in it. I also think that there is a lot of benefit to being of service, helping each other out, having work that provides a service that people appreciate and enjoy. I think all of these things contribute to my overall happiness. I have a job where I'm helping people in my community every day. Most of my clients are older. They're elderly. Some of them cannot walk their own animals anymore. And I get to visit them every day and talk with them and help them with their animals. And I spend time outdoors in nature. I get sun on my face. I think all of these things really contribute to my overall happiness. And then I also think aligning what you do with what you think is your purpose in life. I think there's a great benefit to that. I think we all have a purpose, And I think if we align how we spend our days and how we interact with each other with that innate purpose that is within all of us, I think we're happier. And I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but I do believe in a higher purpose of all of us. And I think I think we all know. I think finding your purpose and just leaning into what brings you true peace and joy and calm, I think there's a benefit to that. For me, it's working with animals and helping people that need help. And by doing that on a daily basis, I feel good at night. I sleep better. And I think that definitely is a factor. I also think staying active and healthy is definitely a factor. I think the more movement we get, the healthier foods that we eat, playing with dogs, being outside, I think all of that definitely has an impact on our overall happiness as well. Taking in the beauty, being grateful, and something that I do on a regular basis is when something good happens in my life, and something good happens every day. When it happens, I try to say thank you out loud. I try saying it out loud. There's something that clicks in your brain, and it just changes how you're feeling that day. And so just saying the words, saying thank you. And I've noticed that when I get caught up in my day and I'm not as grateful and I don't say thank you, it feels like not as many good things happen. But I've noticed that the more grateful I am and the more I stop to appreciate it and to be aware of it and to just feel the gratitude all the way into my bones, I just get more good things happening for me. Another thing that I know makes me a happier person is being a lifelong learner. I love a new subject to dive deep into and to research. I think that's why I enjoy making these videos. It gives me a chance to learn something new and learn it well enough that I can share it with other people. The benefits to me are twofold. One, I enjoy the learning, I enjoy the research, and then I can also be of service by sharing the information and hopefully helping somebody else. And finally, the last thing that I do, which a lot of my friends make fun of me for doing, is kind of quirky, but I have schedules. I do laundry on the same day each week. I run my dishwasher before I go to bed at night. I have different days of the week that I clean different rooms in my house. And I try to keep routines and schedules for the things that keep my house clean and keep my life on course as routine as possible so I don't have to think about them. I've tried to create habits around those things so that I never get too far behind. The house never gets too cluttered. When I cook on Sundays often, and when I cook, I'll make 6 to 8 servings at a time, and I'll freeze the extras. And so I try to do things on a regular basis that make my life easier, and that makes me happier. I like having a well-ordered home. I like having healthy meals in the freezer. I like having my laundry always clean and folded and put away. And I like having my house never get too far away from me as far as clutter. Now, I do have 4 animals living with me in this house, and I've been recovering from brain surgery. So the house has gotten a little away from me lately, but because I have my normal routines that I do regularly, it hasn't gotten unmanageable. So I hope these tips help you, and I would love to know what you do to stay happy. If you're living alone or not, it doesn't matter to me. However you manage to be happy and to thrive, I would love to see what you do and what your tips are. Bye for now. Have a great week.